Hello friends. Let's try to analyze the first month of Ukrainian-Russian war. Let's start from a geopolitical case, of course. This war and this invasion from the Russian Federation to the territory of Ukraine led Russia to be kicked out from Europe. New Iron Curtain is put down between the Europe and Russian Federation. All these lands which Putin and many politicians in Europe saw before as a common area, common territory from the Lisbon to Vladivostok. Russia kicked out from Europe. We see the new cold or even warm war. We see the new Iron Curtain, but this Iron Curtain is not so strong for Russian gas and Russian oil. For the 1 month of war, Russia sold on the Western markets gas and oil for the $16 billion, and a big part of this gas throughout Ukrainian territory, throughout Ukrainian pipelines. United States obtained great control over the Europe, military control, political control and economical control. European countries are gathering around United States leadership is the second result, and the third result, geopolitical result, I think that Europe is losing its own economical perspectives, because extremely expensive resources, energy resources go down the possibilities of European companies to compete on the global markets. United States has his own energy resources. China will take their very cheap resources from Russia, and only European Union countries will be the victims of this energy crisis. Of course, this war in Ukraine also leads us to the extremely deep dangers of hunger in Africa or Middle East. Of course, it leads to the most bigger dangers of nuclear war. But for this time, the main results it's growing up of new people world. China and the United States are two main countries who has a bigger role during this war, who will be more powerful after these months. Of course, Russia, European Union, and of course Ukraine, we are losing this war. Then we should talk about the Ukrainian-Russian landscape. Of course, Russian blitzkrieg was destroyed. Russian plans for occupation of Kiev, of the left side of Ukraine, was not done. During these months, mostly it was happened because it's very courageous, brave, professional doings of Ukrainian militaries, Ukrainian army and land defense forces. Also, the land-lease from the Western countries support Ukraine to stand up in this fight during these months. Also, I think the Russian leadership, Putin, will not count, hadn't real count of the real situation in Ukraine, and moreover they hadn't understand the real abilities of their own forces. But any case, if we count if we will count this situation in figures and facts, near 15 territories of Ukraine for nowadays are new occupied territories. Few millions Ukrainian citizens now go through the Russian controls. Russia obtained its very important areas of Azov Coast and obtained the possibility to make a road to the Crimea through the territory of Ukraine. Russia obtained a lot of different type of resources in Ukraine, because for nowadays Russia controls two nuclear industries of Ukraine, enterprise in Ukraine. One of them, Zaporizhzhia nuclear station, is the biggest nuclear station in Europe, and this station cost more than $25 billion. Russia also is continue her attempt to push Ukraine to capitulation. This is plan A for Russia, and Russia shows they are ready to in other ways to realize the plan B. It means the cutting Ukrainian territory in the new so-called people's republics, like in Donbass it were. And if Ukrainian government, Ukrainian president will not go to the Russian ultimatums all the Russia wants. At the same time, moreover, Ukraine lose all her own ports on the seas. Azov ports are occupied, and Black Sea ports like Odessa or Nikolaev, they are not working because of shelling, because of going the heavy clashes in these cities, and also because that the sea near these ports were mined. At the same time, we see the very strong collaboration of Ukrainian people and very extremely high level of support of Ukrainian government, Ukrainian president. Also, we see the fast growing of Ukrainian military forces. Many people go to that forces and are demonstrating their readiness to fight, to defend their country. Also, we see the Ukrainian situation. It's like a marker, or maybe it's we will lose to formation of new international unions like EU24 and so on. Maybe Ukrainian situation in Russian aggression provokes of rebuilding of this new world. We see that Russia and Ukraine are continuing the negotiation between them, and they have a few very little success in this negotiation. Maybe we are close to some type of agreements, but at the same time we should understand that in Russia-Ukrainian negotiation, there are three sides, not only two, because Ukraine asks from Western partners, United States, Great Britain, Turkey, and so on, the new guarantees for for our security, and of course, without these guarantees, any agreements with Russia will not be. Also, we have dangers that Ukrainian war from the special operation which Russia was planning before go through the total war with the front lines, with the occupied territories, go through the Syria or Libya or Iraqi scenario, and this is extremely big dangers for nowadays. The big dangers is that in this scenario, this war could go on months or even years. Moreover, the resources of sides of conflict, Russia and Ukraine, both sides, both part of conflicts still have enough resources for heavy clashes for many months. And of course, Ukraine has extremely heavy, even catastrophic humanitarian situation. All the world saw the situation on Mariupol, but due our sociology resources, researchers, for nowadays more than 12 millions of Ukrainians are refugees. More than 3 millions of Ukrainians, go out abroad, and another part are go from the eastern territories of Ukraine, north of Ukraine, to the west of Ukraine. And of course, if war will continue, I think Ukraine should spread more than 20 millions of refugees to Europe, and this is unprecedented. It's absolutely new example situation for the Europe, and also it's a big problem for Europe. Ukrainian economy for this month cut it in different counts. We cut it from the 30% to the half of percent of economy. Ukrainian government is still effective. I should say even extremely effective in this absolutely heavy and impossible situation. But we should understand the resources of Ukraine are also not very big and not enough for the long distance conflict. Humanitarian, financial, and political risks for Ukrainian domestic policy are standing. It's very high. Continuing of this war will also is extremely dangerous for existence for Ukrainian state, and also is dangerous for all the world because the Russian abilities to use the nuclear weapon. Russia is not able for today to win in Ukraine, but we should remember that Russia used only a part of her militaries, near 200,000 of their militaries, but all Russian army is around 2 million people, and they also have 4 million people mobilization reserve. But if the Russia will be losing, Russia is not able to win this war for nowadays. But Russia is not able to lose this war, because if Russia will be losing this war, she will be very close to using the nuclear weapon. This is dangerous also for all Europe, all world. Many European countries like Poland are preparing for the for this war also. We see such type of mobilization and so on. And of course, in this situation, all the world, not only Ukraine, need the very effective negotiation and the attempts, successful attempts from the United States, China, Israel, Turkey, and many other countries who are involved in this conflict. I've talked in previous my video. I talked a lot about the Minsk agreements, and now we are counting the result of not effective negotiation, which will continue near the 8 years due to the Minsk agreement, and we made to find the solution from our previous experience, and we have to make a new negotiation on the peace in Ukraine more effective, or all the world will be in danger. Thank you for watching this long video. Please write down your question on my channel. We do a lot. Our analytical center, which are combined more than 27 Ukrainian experts, do a lot of different type of analytics. Please write down, ask our opinion, and we will help to better understanding the Ukrainian situation. See you, friends. Peace for all.